Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. I know it's been a while. The people at Hippie Crafter decided they reached out and wanted me to do a review over some of their paints, and so they sent me a set of the acrylic paint and the pastel mica powders. Um, First off, I enjoy the packaging. It's very nice. This is a thank you card. Past that, I'm going to leave it. All the information for them will be in the description of the video. These are 2-ounce bottles of paint. If I had to critique the bottles, I mean, it might be a little hard to get all the paint out, so there is that. But past that, I mean, the colors are very vibrant. I will give them that. We'll see how they dry and how they work with the bloom tonight. And then this is the pastel mica powder set, and I'm gonna flip this over. That way you can kind of see the colors that they have. And I mean, they have a lot of pretty colors. Normally I don't do pastel colors that much, but you know what? I said I'd give it a go just because. Um, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my paints together, and I'm going to mix up a couple of the colors. I'm going to use, I believe, 3 mica powders and 2 of the acrylic paints for this set that I'm doing. So there's a close up of those. They're what, 32 ounce or not ounce, but milliliter jars. And there we go with that one. And then the third one I'm going to use is this purple rose. So it's kind of going with, like, I don't know, I guess like a sunset type vibe or something like that. I'm not really sure. And here's the violet for the paint, and then mid yellow for the other acrylic paint. Um, so what I'm going to kind of do with these is I'm going to mix them up just like I normally do my other paints. I'm disperse the pigments with Josania's varnish. It's just how I do it. Um, and I'm just gonna mix up one of these, and then I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit just because it's just the same process over and over and over. So here we go with this. And normally what I do whenever it has those little tabs on top that they haven't been opened, I just kind of scrape off any of the pigment that's stuck to it. It's just something I do too on that one. Um, Now I just do these little circles over and over and over until eventually all the pigments are wet and dispersed, scraping the sides, making sure you just got everything broken up and wet, and just, yeah. So here we are with this one. This is the purple rose. It's a very vibrant color. I mean, it looks great. Um, there you go. Here's a close up of that. I mean, look at it. It looks great. So then I'm going to add a little bit of my pouring medium to it, and then, yeah, here we are. We're going to pour. And so far, I mean, it's very vibrant colors, I must say. Um, and normally I don't like putting like a mica powder pigment type on the bottom. I do it rarely, but I usually don't. This is the violet and the purple rose, which I know on the screen it may seem that it's not as vibrant as it was when it was just the pigment, but that's okay because when it dries clear, and it will bring back life and all that. Um, what you saw there is I put a little dot of the violet on top, and here we are. This is going to be my normal Cell Activator, the black, but here's the kicker. I decided I'd mix up the titanium white of Hippie Crafter and just test it out. It worked by itself, so I figured, why not? So the white is Hippie Crafter's titanium white that I was sent. So I will say this. I mean, yeah, it takes a little bit for it to form, but it does do it. And some of you may think that it's just the black, maybe, but doing it without the black, it also still sells up. I mean, it's not as quick and as fast as some of the other brands that are out there, but I will say this: it did hold up to the spinning. I've always had a problem with titanium white here and there, so it's always been a fight. So I gotta admit, I'm I'm happy with that, with the outcome with their white as a cell activator. I haven't tried any of the other colors quite yet, but I will do that later on, maybe in a part 2 for a review. I mean, yeah, look at it. I'm very happy with it. So I'm going to continue to do these, and I'm going to put on a little bit of music, and I'm going to come back a little bit later. Um, I hope you all enjoy it. And yeah, I'm gonna give you a close up real quick. And then, I mean, look at it. It looks great. So, can't complain with that. Anyway, here's some music, and I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, so I'm back. Well, you know, sorry about my head being in the way for some of this stuff, but I mean, honestly, these colors, I'm very happy with them. Only thing I can think of now would be maybe going a little bit bigger, seeing how well they stretch or anything like that. And obviously how they dry. But, you know, one thing I'm going to have to do is also test out some of the other colors and see if they actually work as a cell activator. Because I know there are certain brands out there that work a little bit better with cell activators. But, I mean, right now, everything's holding up. So, yeah, I'm very happy with that. I'm pretty much going to stop right now on this one, only because it's reached to a point where I don't want to. The part I like the most is starting to go off the edge, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm stopping. Um, Again, I'm very pleased with these colors from Hippie Crafter, and right now I'm gonna play a little bit, you know, going bigger. So this is actually on my mat that I have, my silicone mat, and I'm just gonna make a paint skin out of these colors with, you know, I had a lot of extra left over after the set of coasters that I just did. So this skin I'll use for anything other than, I don't know what, but like a wine glass or something like that. So here we go. Again, I'm still using the titanium white of theirs for the Cell Activator, as well as my black that's not, it's a different brand, but I didn't want to change it up too much. But with this, you know, I'm just trying to blow in the areas where I probably put too much Cell Activator, but again, I was just playing around just to see what I could get with this. But you gotta admit though, I mean, the black and the white, I mean, even the white is holding up. I mean, I've dealt with some other brands of Cell Activator with white, and it just did not work as well as this has worked. So that's not a knock on Hippie Crafter, only because not every brand works. Here's a close-up of this. I mean, everything's stretched very well. Everything's great. Reason why I stop was, like, you know, you can see the Cell Activator is kind of running right there. That's my fault. I added too much. So again, not a knock on Hippie Crafter. So here we are. Here's this one. Eventually this will dry, and I'll have my paint skin to do whatever I want to do with it. But again, right now, coasters have dried. They dried wonderfully. Can't wait to put some epoxy on them. And again, here they are, wet in this picture, but I mean, yeah, looking great. Can't complain. Hope everybody checks them out. I'm going to have the link in the description. And again, I want to say thank you to them. But anyway, take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.